Howdy. This is the beginning of the new era, or rather the old era is coming back. So my load is parked next to me. I'm at a small truck stop in Houston, and I'm so happy that I was able to stick it to the Pilot. You know, so this is my new laptop, and this time I didn't want to get a silver one. I said I want dark gray, and so this is a MacBook Pro, the last version. But now you have to buy this, you know. Oh, this is I-45 southbound. Check out this guy on the left. 3-axle trailer. It's a scissor neck trailer. The guy is behind us, lying right there, and it's a 4-axle Mac. And I spent the night. I went to the Flying J on I-45, and I hate that place. It's so busy. There was ambulances there, something happened, somebody died, I don't know. No parking. Fuel was $3.10 per gallon, which is crazy because I've been driving from Oklahoma. I saw like 280, 279, 285, you know. As soon as you hit Pilot, it's always extra price. And so I just got DEF because I was getting low on DEF, and it's always cheaper to buy DEF at the pump, right? Some of these smaller stations, yeah, you can get good price on diesel, but then you have to buy the DEF in cans, and it's too expensive. And so I just got DEF, and then I look at Trucker Path, and there's a couple of small truck stops just south of that Flying J. And one of them was getting very high reviews, and like the points were like over 4, you know, out of 5. Means that guys like it. And I decided, and I see the spots, it says 20 spots or something. So it's not exactly a small one, you know, because small ones, they can only have like, you know, 5 or 6 spots, right? So 20 spots is okay. And so I go there. It's a Stripes gas station with truck parking, separate pumps for trucks, and the fuel was $2.79 a gallon. There you have it, Pilot. So I got $300 worth of fuel, saved a bunch of money. Alright, and I apologize, this is my second or third time with the iMovie, and I'm just trying to get my skills back. I was pretty good at it, so I'm pretty sure I'll be good again. So this is Industrial Road in Houston, Texas. This is basically the port of Houston, and this location was on my bill of lading. And so I come in here, and I'm not sure where to go, so I just stop at the gate, and there's a scale on the left, but it's all blocked off. And then finally some lady you see on the left, she says, go there, go to your right, and basically park. Okay, because I was just getting ready to get out of the cab and go ask him, where do I go? And so I go on the right here, and I see this humongous rig that everything is triple Jeep, triple booster, triple trailer, a monster truck. And I just wanted to show you guys, like, this is some kind of a setup, you know. And so I parked next to this guy, and I walk back, and I take care of the paperwork, and they give me a pass. And turns out I gotta go to a different location. So this was just kind of like an office. and the exit gate on that side was too narrow, so I swing back, and you see some blades on the left, some turbine blades, and I'll just go back. They said just go down the road and you'll see the sign that says gate 1. You cannot miss it. Okay. I like it when they say you cannot miss it, because it's so helpful, you know. It gives you all the information you need. And I was standing here for half an hour. The traffic was super crazy, so I had to cut the movie, because this is not what really happened. I literally was there for 10 minutes waiting for the traffic to subside. And so I'm driving here looking for gate 1, and she gave me this pass, and on the back of that pass there was a little map that basically said be careful, because gate 1 is one way and gate 3 is another way. So over here I finally see that, yeah, gate 1 is this way and gate 3 was going straight. And the road here was pretty narrow, and the guy coming from the opposite side had to stop, because, you know, I'm almost 80 feet long and they have these concrete thingies in there. But eventually we made it, and now we're pulling into the gate. And there's a Schneider guy parked over there. So I stop here, I have no idea where I'm going, and then I see this gate, right? And I stop again, not sure what the Schneider guy is doing. And then the girl comes out from the booth and she says, yeah, keep coming. And so I try to go like this, because to keep my trailer rear free of the Schneider. And they tell me where to go. They say park in there in the middle and wait for the guys to show up. And over here we're already pretty close to the water. You see those cranes? I believe those were ship mounted. And so I just stopped here next to this container, and then finally two guys in a pickup truck showed up, and they told me where I can disconnect. And they said, so the way I parked my truck is the spot where this machine was going was to my right, to like my immediate right. And the first thing was I was just taking off all the signs and flags, and because this time I used a regular rope instead of bungee cords, it took a while to take them off, and then the sign and stuff like that. And of course I had a bunch of chains, and you'll see one of them on the left, like in front of the machine, but on the side away from the camera. That one got stuck. I could not undo it. So you will see that I would have to move the machine forward a little bit and then stop, get out, and take that last chain off. But for now, there's 2 chains under the bucket, and I cannot get in there unless I lift the bucket. And so here I hid away all my flags and signs, and now I start working on the chains. And you see this pickup truck on the left, those were the guys that were kind of like my contact at the port. They eventually signed my papers. Yeah, that's one of the guys is standing, and you see I'm lifting the bucket because I have to get in there somehow, you know. There's two chains under the bucket on the frame. I was not able to get to them unless I lifted the bucket. So yeah, that's the last chain over there that I think I removed now. And that compartment, the door, I don't know, it's like 200 psi, you know, you have to apply to open that door. It's like an armored vehicle. Either the hinges were bad, but I don't know. And so then the left, I never drove this one particular machine before, right? The guy just gave me a kind of like a quick refresher course. And I remember that the left joystick was operating the, you know, rear forward movement, and the right joystick was the bucket. And so on the rear one, you have a flip switch marked as R and F, reverse and forward. And the brake operates opposite to what you're used to on the truck. To release it, you have to pull it. And each time you change from reverse to forward, you have to go through that brake procedure. You know, like it's not going. And so now, okay, I'm playing with the right joystick. And I think I was getting rid of some water. There was some water in the bucket. But yeah, all the bucket, all those cylinders operating the bucket are controlled by the joystick on your right. The right joystick, and then the left one, yeah, you start moving. But instead of using the brakes, what I did over here, you see how the machine stops and kind of like starts going backwards and forwards? It's because I moved that switch into neutral. You know, I went a little bit in reverse, I flipped it in neutral, but then to get it back, you have to play with the brake. Because from neutral, you cannot just go back into reverse. And this is reverse, so I'm reversing the machine, right? And that's why it took a while, and I added a big railroad tie in there just to make sure the machine clears the my inside rails. And here again I'm stuck because I'm trying to go from reverse, from neutral back to reverse. But yeah, once it gets going, it was pretty easy. And then the left joystick, where you switch the flip, like the flipping switch R to F, also controls your movement, like the articulation. And here I use the right joystick to drop the bucket, and for some reason it went all the way to the floor. And here I'm trying to switch from reverse to forward, and again I have to deal with that brake. And so finally the machine starts moving. And at this moment my concern was not to hit the truck with that bucket, you know. But I made it just using the left joystick. I was, you know, controlling the machine, and I was getting real close to the water. And actually, before I was talking to these guys, I said, you know, this machine is 88,000 pounds, so make sure you tell me to stop before I hit the water, because I said once this thing goes into the water, it stays in the water unless you have a bunch of cranes. And this is just another example where, you know, a trucker is expected to operate any and all machinery that he or she brings in, you know?